You imagine walking through a palace filled with the noise of a dozen royal children while pregnant with another? Sounds unbelievable, right? But for centuries, this was the reality for many queens. You might think queens were all about crowns and ceremonies, but what if I told you their true job was something far more personal and painful? Their worth was often measured not by laws they passed, but by the children they produced. Before we dive in, if stories like this fascinate you, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Did you know some royal women gave birth to over 20 children? Let's start in India with a queen whose story inspired one of the world's greatest monuments, Mumtaz Mahal. Married to Shah Jahan, she gave birth to 14 children in 19 years. 14. But her final childbirth lasted over 30 hours and took her life. Her grief-stricken husband built the Taj Mahal in her memory. Now to 18th century England. Queen Charlotte, wife of King George III, gave birth to 15 children. That's right, 15. At one point, she wrote, "I don't think a prisoner wishes for freedom more than I wish to be done with this burden." And yet, her love for her children never wavered. In the Habsburg Empire, Anna of Bohemia gave birth 15 times, and 13 of her children survived. A miracle in those days. But the price was steep. She died from postpartum infection at just 43. Her husband never remarried. Think about that. A royal marriage filled with love and death. Ever heard of Eleanor of Castile? Married at 13, followed her husband King Edward I into battlefields and gave birth 16 times. Most of her children died young. She died while traveling with the king, and he built 12 monuments across England in her honor. What does that say about love and loss in royal life? Maria Carolina, daughter of Empress Maria Theresa, hated her husband, yet gave birth to 17 children and used them to forge political alliances. She ruled with power, even as her family was torn apart by revolution. Then there's Queen Anne of Britain. 18 pregnancies. Not one child survived to adulthood. 18. Modern science says she likely had Hughes syndrome. Still, she led the country through its unification and transformation. And finally, the record holder, Queen Dowager of Georgia. 23 children. But her motherhood was political. She changed succession laws to favor her sons. After her husband died, chaos followed. Russia invaded, and she was exiled, dying far from her home. These weren't just mothers. They were empire builders. Women who shaped dynasties while suffering quietly behind palace walls. So, do you still see the crown as a symbol of luxury, or a heavy burden carried by women of steel? Comment below with the queen whose story struck you the most, and subscribe if you want more stories. History Forgot.